folks? Chase Valenzuela here with Balls of Fame Pro Shops, coming at you from inside Enterprise Park Lanes in Springfield, Missouri. This time we're taking a look at the new Storm Journey. This is the new Belmo collaboration with Storm Bowling. I'm sure by now you know the specs. If you didn't already, you probably saw them in my intro. This one features the same core that was in the Fate. That's the F-8 or Fate core, with an RG of 2.52 and a differential of 0.053 in 15 pounds, and the TX16 Pearl cover stock, which we've never seen before, at least in that formula. The TX16 obviously is on the Phase 2, and then the TX20, which is based on that TX16 formula, is also currently on the Storm Summit in a hybrid version. We aren't going to compare to a Fate today. We have a couple of other balls to look at that I thought would be a little more similar and show some gaps that we're filling in with balls like the Journey. But compared to the Fate, I think the Journey overall feels a little bit earlier and a little bit smoother overall, obviously due to the cover since those cores are identical. That Fate core does create a lot of length. That medium RG of 2.52, at least for me, really gets down the lane before it wants to pick up, and so I kind of have to throw it slower or really play bigger angles where it touches the friction sooner in order to get it to shape up correctly. As long as I watched my speed and or bumped the dry at the right spot, this ball really gets going sideways and struck a bunch. First up for comparison, we have the Storm Phaze 5. This is the closest complement that we've had so far to the Phase 2. That is a Pearl complement, and obviously that's due to the fact that both of those Phase balls have the exact same weight block. Now the Journey, as you can see, is quite a bit earlier and stronger overall, again because of that cover stock formula. This TX16 Pearl seems to be quite a bit stronger than R2S Pearl, which is the cover featured on the Phase 5. And you really see as I get into the middle part of the lane where the volume of the pattern is, the Journey sees it a little better than the Phase 5. But overall, the Journey is quite a bit more capable of handling that higher volume, where the R2S Pearl cover that's on the Phase 5 is a little bit allergic to that oil, even though the RG in the Phase 5 is lower and theoretically should create a little more mid lane. The cover just doesn't create enough traction to allow that to translate. Next up, we have the Storm Revenant. I thought this one overall would be a little bit closer to the Journey than the Phase 5 because R3S Pearl obviously is stronger than R2S Pearl, and the core numbers in the Revenant are relatively similar to those in the Journey. Now, as you can see, again, the Journey does feel like quite a bit more ball. It's not really any earlier than the Revenant. I do, once again, think that the TX16 cover is a little more capable of handling volume than the R3S Pearl that's on the Revenant. The biggest difference, obviously, is off the spot. The Journey turns the corner a little bit harder, where the Revenant overall is a little bit smoother. That type of motion is a little bit due to that core shape. That Fate core creates a lot more centripetal force and really changes direction quickly, where I feel like the Revenant core is a little bit more stable and smooth. You can pick up your Journey at your local pro shop November 17th, or come see me at Balls of Fame Pro Shops at one of our 2 locations inside Enterprise Park Lanes or Sunshine Lanes here in Springfield. As always, thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.